Well, so we are back from the commercial break here at the Baba Yara Stadium where Kumasi Asanti Kotoko will be playing against Tema Youth. So we'll go over to Prince Annan to take us through the first half of the commentary here. Stay tuned in and enjoy as Kumasi Asanti Kotoko play Tema Youth in the final league game, and then the game that will see them officially afterwards being crowned as champions of Ghana football for the 2011-2012 season.
It's all joy and excitement here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Good afternoon and welcome to the garden city of Kumasi, and precisely to the home grounds of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. The team, also known as Kumapima Pimbeba, they're also known as the Fabulous Ones, and their fans are here in their teeming numbers to see Kumasi Asanti Kotoko annex the 2011-2012 league title after 4 years in the doldrums. And the fans will go to any extent to ensure that all is about red and white, the colors predominant here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. My name is Prince Annan, and as we take you through some of these exciting pictures that we recorded hours before the kickoff, we bring you back into the main arena, the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and we welcome the two combatants for this afternoon's game, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, the uncrowned league champions, and Tema Youth. It all started with them at the Tema Sports Stadium. It ended 1 goal apiece. And this is the arrival of the two teams as we welcome them here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. First, we had the arrival of Tema Youth, the visitors. And they were all looking hale and hearty. And of course, both sets of players, I should say, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko and Tema Youth, all came in looking sharp. And this is the arrival of the uncrowned league champions, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And the fans and the din that met them here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium tells you that almost everybody who is an avid fan of the Porcupine Warriors is here today at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium to give them that massive victory support. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko this afternoon will be sporting their ever-present, I should say, and ever-dominant colors of the red with the white trimmings to match. They are supported ably, I should say, and sponsored by MTN. The young lads from Tema Youth are looking to do a quick one over the uncrowned league champions. Can they win in 90 minutes? Officials are also here present, and they're all fired up, roaring, and ready to go. We will, however, have a short ceremony as officialdom would welcome the two teams to this coronation match, and then we'll have the ceremonial kickoff, and then these two combatants will be in action. Once again, wherever you're watching us, be it in Ghana or be it by the kind courtesy of DSTV, you are welcome to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, is here himself. The chairman of the Premier League Board, Mr. Welbeck Abrapia, is also here. Other officials of the PLB are also here. It's the moment of truth and the crowning moment for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And it's good to welcome them back into Africa after doing battle on the local scene for a couple of years without annexing the league title. Mr. Palmer of Tema Youth is also here, present. And it's a combination of the red, it's a combination of the white, all here present. And that's the ever-smiling GFA president. Mr. Samuel Jesse is the man in charge of this game. Our fourth official is Sylvester Joku. We'll be introducing them shortly after we've done so with the lineups. But first, we'll take a look at the pleasantry handshakes. Dr. KK Sapong, the man who has steered Kotoko from nothing to something, is here today, and I'm sure he's a very proud man indeed. First, it will be the introduction of the visitors, Tema Youth. And this afternoon, the captain, Jeremiah Akofo, will do justice to the introductions. And they've got quite a very young squad there. Joshua Oninku is in there, Albert Osei, Derek Mensah, Abel Amahamon, Francis Na, they're all there. And it's the turn of Isaac Amuako, the captain for Kotoko this afternoon, to introduce his stalwarts or his combatants, Henry Ohenebrenya, Michael Ekufu, Gideon Ba, Michael Anaba, Ben Achiampong, who's just been called up to the senior national team, the Black Stars. They're all here to do the last hooray for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Not to talk about the fans, they're here in their numbers. It's not a packed to capacity crowd, but it's good enough. Gideon Ba Awal Mohammed, there'll be the charges in defense. And ever confident Maxwell Konedo today looking resplendent in his coat. And I'm sure he's only waiting for 90 minutes to receive the winning medal and of course the trophy. Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi will go over to the dugout of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko together with the dignitaries here present. And the pleasantry handshakes will continue from there. Joining me in commentary position is Albert Abebio. It's been a very colorful ceremony so far. Champion Godwin Ablode, one-time player for Accra Hearts of Oak, his former manager Maxwell Konedu, or his former boss Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, exchanging the pleasantry handshakes. Operations manager of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. They're all there as the moment of glory for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Born in 1935, they've come a very long way, the fabulous lads. And of course, by the kind courtesy of Glow, they're making the Ghana Glow Premier League one of the best, if not the best, on the African continent. I'll soon be introducing Albert Abevio to give us his opening remarks. And of course, what he thinks of today's coronation match. Albert has been with us from the beginning right up to the end. And together with Albert, I don't know whether you want to call us the Alpha and the Omega after bringing you Kotoko Tema Youth at the Tema Sports Stadium. We're bringing you Kotoko Tema Youth this time at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And that is the victorious Kumasi Asanti Kotoko squad with all the players both playing today and on the subs bench, the technical team. Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi is a very happy man, I can see from his face. And of course, mascots, operations manager, everybody is going in there. This is a historic picture taken, and it will be in the annals of Kotoko history. 2011-2012 league champions, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And Albert, it's been a long road. It all started 29 matches ago, and we've been through thick and thin, haven't we? We've been at the mercy of the rain. We've been at the mercy of the wind. The fans have shown their support. Before Albert comes in, let's take a look at the men who will do battle for Kotoko. Stephen Odro is starting today. Ben Achiampong, Daniel Niaje, Michael Anaba, Richard Yabua, Michael Lekofu, Awal Mohammed, Gideon Ban, Frimpong, Ohini Brenya, and Isaac Amwako. First 11 for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Quite a solid 11 we have there. Let's take a look at Tema Youth and see what kind of opposition they come here with today. Jeremiah Akofo, as I said, is the captain for the side. But Francis Na is in there. Abel Amahamond, Aidan Kone, Stephen Tete, Albert Osei, Alexander Enchi, Kenneth Owusu, Joshua Oninku. They are all in there. And after taking a look at the men who will do the battle, let's take a look at the men who will be in charge of this match in terms of officiating. Samuel Jesse, a teacher from Insawam, and a FIFA referee at that will be the man in charge of this game. He will be supported by Alex Enin, a Class 1 referee from Koforidua, and Richard Kote, also from Koforidua, a Class 1 referee. Our fourth official is Detective Sergeant Sylvester Ajogu of the Ghana Police Service from the regional headquarters in Sekondi. So again, Albert, and it's been long coming, but it's all fun. It's all been tiring. Gary Al Smith has also been here, and the two of you have gone through a lot, haven't you? From the Ohinijan Stadium or the Accra Sports Stadium to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, all the way to the Wa Sports Stadium, the Kpando Sports Stadium. We've been there, we've done that. We've brought to our numerous viewers and fans out there the best of the best of the best in Ghana football.
Exactly, we have a love for football, and that's why we've gone through all that. And I think that once you have a love for football, you can do it nowhere else than the home of soccer, which is Metro TV, which again shares some of the games live on Super Sports. So across the continent, we have done that for a continent that loves its football. The first game between Asanti Kotoko and Tema Youth, yes, was exciting. At the point we didn't know that the two teams will come up here and the occasion will be Asante Kotoko being crowned as the league champions and Tema Youth celebrating survival in the Premier League. And so as they come up here, they served us a very good game in the first game of the season. For the last game of the season, we are expecting that again they will serve us a good game. The next will be them. They are here to give us what promises to be an exciting encounter. And so we've done that for the love of the game and for the love of Mother Ghana and the continent on the bigger picture.
Most definitely we're doing it for God and country, and of course it's been sometimes sweet, sometimes sour, or sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter. The experiences have been a lot, but we thank God we've seen match day 30 in the Ghana Globe Premier League, and we give thanks to the Almighty God. We give thanks to our proud sponsors as well, who've made sure that the action has been on TV. Rice Masters, the official meal sponsor of the Black Stars. Tastes to remember, moments to share. They're supported by Azar Paints #1 Calipo. Ed Interplast, we make sure wherever you are, water reaches you, even space. We also have Frutelli, full of natural goodness. And they've all played the part to ensure that you have not been left without the action from the Ghana Globe Premier League. And to all of them, we say thank you very much. And that is the glittering trophy that Kotoko will be picking up today. 17 wins, 3 losses, and 9 draws is the record of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko this season. Very impressive indeed. They top the league table, unassailable lead. And for Tema Youth, they come into this game with 9 wins, 12 losses, and 8 draws. Not too good for a team that probably just bounced back to the Premiership after a surgeon in Division 1. But they occupy the 11th spot with 35 points. They're out of the relegation blues, but I'm sure Tema Youth would want to end this game on a high. Aidan Kone going out of your shots, and the trophy is heavily guarded by 2 able-bodied personnel of the Ghana Police Service. And Tema Youth will be doing us the honors of kicking off. Francis Na will be doing that with Abel Hammond. Jeremiah Akofo, he loves to do the overlap on the left. Let's see how good he will be today. Joshua Oninku does the same on the right for Tema Youth. And away we go with the commencement of this match. It's match day 30. It's the final match of the Ghana Globe Premier League. And this afternoon, it's Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, the uncrowned league champions. They're taking on Tema Youth. First throw in advantage to the Porcupine Warriors. Ball cleared out by Jeremiah Akofu. Couldn't get to the ball early enough. Throw in advantage to the Porcupine Warriors. Quickly fetted by Yao Frimpong. Daniel Nieje switches play to the far side. And Kotoko will make width of the field. Stephen Odro goes past one. Odro lays on the pass. A chance for Kotoko. Chance gonna begin. Aidan Kone clears. And Stephen Odro, good to see him start today. Offside flag is already up. And the referee's whistle has gone. Awal Mohammed will take no prisoners.
Well, Awal Mohammed and Akwafu on that occasion didn't want to take anything for granted. The referee's whistle had gone a couple of seconds ago, and they still kept on doing it here.
Yao Frimpong, and the overlap has been done by Richard Yeboah. Can he get to the ball? Yes, he can. He looks up, sends in a decent cross. Oh, nothing comes out of it. Tema Youth got their ball away, got their lines cleared. Strong tackle from Michael Lekufu. Off the boot of Aidan Kone. Throw into Tema Youth. And Michael Lekufu, one of the few players who has really played well this season. Yao Frimpong heads the ball down. Referee's whistle goes. Free kick, it will be to Alberto Say of Tema Youth. Long one in. Abel Hammond goes up. And Isaac Amuako will be called into action. Good shepherd in by Henry Ohene Brenya. Quite apart from injury, Henry has also played his heart out for the Porcupine Warriors. It's Michael Ekofu. He comes forward. It's a long ball towards debutants for the Black Stars. Bernard Champong, he goes down. Referee, well, I thought he was going to allow the advantage role to play. He's already signaled for a free kick.
Exactly. Once the tackle came in from Alexander Entry, we saw a Champong run onto that ball. He looked to have been stumbling here, but the referee should have allowed the advantage. But the point is that it was there was contact in that particular tackle. He had every right to blow the whistle, but once a Champong had regained some level of ground and pushing for that particular ball, I thought he was going to allow him to run for the ball. If he lost advantage of the ball, then the foul will be called back. But
yeah, Frimpong does the overlap run. Michael Ekofu is a poor kick. It comes to Daniel Nieje, and he also wastes that effort. Michael Ekofu would gather well for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Good thinking. Maintains his composure and finds Henry Ohinibrenya to the far side, and his youngster Gideon Ban. Stephen Odro, and he draws the applause from the fans anytime he gets the ball. A very strong old faithful of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko.
Exactly, he's been a sincere and a very good faithful of the Kumasi Asanti Kotoko family. Joined from Real Tamale United amidst serious controversy in 2000. Ever since he's stayed all for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, save a brief stint in South Africa. And he's joined Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. He's been part of the family of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko that have won some good matches here. They remember him for his goals, particularly against Asofok, and the goals that got them winning the
and it's Bernard Champong. Solid header back. Good thinking by Albert Osei. And goalkeeper Kofi Mensah makes a save. So just a couple of minutes, almost 4 minutes in the first half. And both sides still sizing each other up. Stephen Tete. Kenneth Owusu, arguably the tallest player on the field. To the near side he comes, and he comes to Albert Osei. Albert does the overlapping run. It's still with Albert. As he overdone it, he goes down. Good recovery by Aidan Kone. Now this is Tema Youth. First incursion. Gideon Ban to the rescue. Good turn. Still holds on to the ball. Gideon Ban. Well, a little bit of trickery. Too much of it, if you might want to call it that. But he got away with that all the same.
Exactly. Once he had the better of Oninku at the first time of asking, I thought that he was going to spray the ball up front for some of his men over there, but he seemed to have been dwelling on the ball too much. And a while ago, that was an opportunity that nearly fell the way or came the way of a Champong. But good thinking on the part of the Tema Youth defenders, led by Akofu.
Kumasi Asanti Kotoko on the threshold of an attack there. Alexander Entry clears out. But the pressure is still on the lads from Tema. And Gideon Ban goes forward. It's probably going to be a long throw. Richard Yeboah, Daniel Nieje, they're all in the 18-yard box. It's long enough, goalkeeper to the rescue. No problems with Kofi Mensah. Probably took a little knock on the face. Seems to be okay. As we take a look from Gideon's throw. Again, quite a very long one. And I think it was the head of Michael Anaba that clipped with him. Chance for Kotoko, cleared out by Entry. And it's picked up smoothly by Stephen Tete. Strong tackle comes in from Michael Ekofu. Stephen Tete stands tall, but he gives the ball away. Bernard Champong, can he recover? And Kotoko, Richard Yeboah. He goes up and down and up again. And it's Jerry Akofu who clears out. Aidan Kone, can he get to the ball? Quick recovery by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. It's Daniel Nieje. 7 minutes gone in the first half. It's the coronation match to signal the end of the Ghana Globe Premier League for 2011-2012. Lovely back heel. Gideon Ban with the cross. Solid save by Kofi Mensah.
It was close to Kofi Mensah at his near post, but that was some good team effort by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. From Stephen Odro, he found Anaba, and that was a brilliant back heel too. Gideon Ban, who was on the same wavelength with Anaba, reading it so well.
And Ohinibrenya standing tall on that occasion. Well, that's the replay. And it's a chance for Tema Youth as they come for Francis now into the 18-yard box. Good recovery by Yao Frimpong. Well, Francis Na is lucky enough to get the ball again. Brings the ball back and finds Jerry Akofo. And Tema Youth work themselves out of trouble. Down he goes. Derek Mensah, that was. Referee gives the advantage to Tema Youth. And we've not seen any clear indications of Tema Youth's opportunities that they're having. But it looks like they're relaxing and waiting for their own opportunities and time to come.
Exactly. I think that it's been Kumasi Asanti Kotoko not allowing them too much time on the ball. They've been the busier of the two teams here. But Tema Youth on some occasions have looked threatening, especially when they have attempted to bomb down the left side of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko's defense. But I think that Gideon Ban has held them in check.
Derek Mensah with a free kick. And Isaac Amwaku. Quite a tricky one. Could have ended up in the back of the net. But Isaac Amwaku, his experience stands tall. Michael Lekofu. Long ball towards the center. Daniel Nieje goes down. Derek Mensah picks it up. Kenneth Owusu on the far side. Stephen Tete will come in to help. And Joshua Oninku. We've not seen the daring runs of Joshua Oninku. And I'm sure we'll see that as the game goes on. It's missing from the Tema Youth game. But it's only 9 minutes gone so far. It comes to the near side and it's Albert Osei. Michael Anaba wins the day. Yao Frimpong lays on the pass. Can Ben Achampong get to it? Alex Entry will ensure that he doesn't.
Well, Yao is, that is the earlier free kick. A bit difficult to save here. It just tipped at the final moment. And Waku had his eyes on the ball all throughout. And Derek Mensah, he's one who strikes some of the very good free kicks here, or dead balls here. We don't see it on a regular basis in the Premier League. But that pass from Yao Frimpong a while ago, I think was not the best option he selected. He could have just directly hit the ball up front and look for the run of Echampo rather than hit it down the right side of the attack and allow Echampo to run to it.
Awa recovers well in defense for Kotoko. Isaac Amwaku kicks the ball out. And it's now Michael Anaba. Finds Richard Yabu on the near side. Anaba calls for it and gets it. But can he get to it? Strong tackle coming from Alex Entry. Referee says play on. Samuel Jesse, FIFA referee, has waved play on. Meanwhile, it looks like injury worries for Michael Anaba. There was a little nudge in the back. And you can see from the replay again, Alex Entry, quite a solid tackle.
Well, Alex Entry came in late. Anaba got the first touch of the ball, and once Alex Entry connected, you will feel that he had taken the advantage from Anaba. Anaba was looking for the penalty. His first touch of the ball was away from goal anyway, but the thing is that the tackle that came from Alex Entry, he connected with the ankle of Anaba. Other referees would give it, JC allowed it to go, but not a huge controversy in this game.
Jerry Akofo for Tema Youth. Derek Mensah picks up Kenneth Owusu. And a cautious build-up by Tema Youth. Early days in the first half. Jerry lays on the pass, good thinking. It comes to Abel. It's Abel again. Towards the 18-yard box, is headed out by the defense of Kotoko. Gideon Ban scoring 4 marks there. And Daniel Nieje sets up Ben Achampong. Unfortunately, it was the last touch from Alex Entry that did the damage as they come forward again. And I must say, Albert, that I have been totally impressed with the kind of turnout we have here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. As early as 8 o'clock, you can see the fans trooping into the Baba Yara Sports Stadium only to do one thing, to support Kumasi Asanti Kotoko as they lift the trophy. Injury worries for Tema Youth. And it's just going to be a free kick just outside the 18-yard box. Going down on that occasion was Aidan Conning.
Well, Gideon Ban pleading his innocence there, but he came in with a late tackle. I mean, players will plead their innocence, but they know what they've done. And for me, it was a crucial tackle there, although it's one for Tema Youth. Or it's had Tema Youth winning a free kick very dangerously around the goal area. Had he allowed him to go, you would have felt that Tema Youth were going to get a very good chance of scoring the first goal here. But even from this dead ball situation, it is quite dangerous for Asante Kotoko to defend from.
Wasted effort. And I guess that was from the captain, Jerry Akofo. Kotoko launch, a quick attack. Richard Yeboah pushes the ball a bit too far. Recovers very well. Richard Yeboah lays on the pass. It's Yao Frimpong into the 18-yard box. Down he goes. And it's Yao Frimpong who takes the yellow card from the referee. We'll take a look again at the replay. But Samuel Jesse, the referee, might want to think that there was some kind of simulation when Yao Frimpong went forward.
Well, the replay will give us a very good angle, or a better angle to judge. But it was a good ball from Yeboah, and you see Yao Frimpong go in there. Well, it was clearly no contact from the Tema Youth defender. Yao Frimpong going down too easily. I think that is a question of his foot just connecting to the grass rather than the ball there. He didn't really intentionally want to do that. His foot caught the grass on that occasion. So no contact there, no penalty. Referee Jesse close to the action. He doesn't have the benefit of replay. He had to judge within a split second, and he has had it right.
100% for referee Jesse. Yao Frimpong hitting the turf in the process, and then he went down. Game will continue. And between these two sides, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko and Tema Youth, they have battled 7 times since Tema Youth played in the league. Of course, they've been in and out. But Kotoko have won 5 of those battles. They've drawn 1 and lost 1. And so obviously, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko will go into this game as a favourites. Tema Youth haven't won here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium before. So it's a tall order for them. It's Richard Yeboah. Decent crossing to the far side. Too strong for Michael Anaba, but he heads down. Stephen Odro beats one. Sets up Michael Anaba. The fans are in unison. Gideon Barr. Solid cross! Chance coming the way of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And Black Star debutant Ben Achiampong was on top of that.
Well, he headed the ball into the ground. It wasn't a really well-directed ball. The build-up was smooth from the midfield. Eventually, Gideon Barr coming in with a perfectly weighted cross. And I felt that Achiampong should have done better. Unmarked by the 2 central defenders, he should have found the first goal for Asante Kotoko. He made it comfortable for Kofi Mensah to save.
Akofo lays on the pass, but Abel Hammond can't get there early enough. Isaac Amuako did, the goalkeeper. And on the bench for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko this afternoon, Mohamed Sabato, Osei Kofi, Nafiu Idrisu, David Ofer, Kofi Ntibwache, Frank Boateng, and Seydou Rashid. EJ, solid pass through by Richard Yeboah. Yao Frimpong and all. He didn't bother to raise his head to see who was in position. And, well, it looks like the going is getting tough because the coat of Maxwell Kunedu is off.
Well, the conditions here getting warmer by the minute. And I think that the fact that Asante Kotoko have not scored, well, that could be on the lighter side, might have contributed to him getting in there. But Yao Frimpong, we know him to come in with inch-perfect crosses from the right. He adds to the attacking play of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, but Awal Mohammed caught him dwelling on the ball too much, over-elaborating, and that is one weakness of his game. He loses concentration some of the times. You don't expect a defender to do that. You don't know the danger that surrounds you. And for me, he needs to get his axe going.
Stephen Odro tries to play the 1-2 with Daniel Onieje. That didn't work. And it's an opportunity for Oninku on the far side for Tema Youth. There's a shot on target on that occasion. It was Francis Nah, but he shot straight into the waiting arms of Isaac Amuako.
I thought he was going to pull the ball back and expect the connection from Abel Ama, but he shot straight at Isaac Amuako. Isaac Amuako has conceded 6 goals in the last 2 matches Kumasi Asanti Kotoko have played, so probably he's encouraged to do that.
And another thwarted effort by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Michael Anaba's cross did not get to the intended target. So far for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, Ben Achiampong and Daniel Nieje They've been able to score some 5 goals. Francis Na of Tema Youth has scored 6. Stephen Odro, is he going to let one from a distance? It's Michael Anaba, dealt with by goalkeeper Kofi Mensah.
Well, good play by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. The passes between EJ and then Stephen Odro setting up Michael Anaba, who didn't think twice about it. He just felt that he should take a shot from that position, forcing the goalkeeper into a save. It was at a comfortable height for Kofi Mensah, drawing a spectacular save here and the applause as well, greeting that one. But Anaba, we saw him score a spectacular goal against Oko United from that range in last season's FA Cup. He's not scored many for Asante Kotoko, but he is a player who, from those ranges, can get goals.
Tema Youth, there's an opportunity for them as we take a look at Kofi Mensah's catch again. Cross comes in from Jerry Akofo, and it goes out into touch for a throw-in. Now, speaking of the fact that the likes of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, Bernard Chempong and Daniel Nieje have amassed a total of 10 goals, 5 each amongst them. Francis Na of Tema Youth has also got 6. But strangely enough, 2 players who got the goals for Kotoko and Tema Youth on the opening day, that was day 1, Ahmed Toure and Hamza Abdullahi, are not in the teams today.
Well, for the 2 players, I think that the circumstance is very different here. For Ahmed Toure, he's not been the same player as Asante Kotoko had him in the first round or even the second round of last season and the first round of this season. He seemed to have had the applause and all the praising and going into his head. Took a leave without absence without leave. I mean, going a wall in Ivory Coast. By the time he came back, Maswa Kunede didn't want to have anything to do with him. And it's been a total team effort from Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. For Hamza Abdullahi, it's a question of not being in tip-top shape after the first game. He's been in and out of the first 11 for Tema Youth quite a number of times.
We're gradually bouncing into the 20th minute mark, or into the 20th minute of this match. It's still goalless. Richard Yabua for Kotoko finds Yao Frimpong. He goes round 1, he goes down. Ball comes to Abel Amahamud. Aidan Kone, Francis Na, and Tema Youth again slowly but surely they come forward. Stephen Tete joins the attack. Joshua Oninku. Back to Oninku, Joshua. A struggle for the ball there, Albert. And Albert wins the sympathy of the referee. Strong challenge from Richard Yabua. Albert goes down again from that tackle from Michael Anaba. Gradually growing into one of the finest midfielders we have on the local scene, Michael Anaba. And he's still got age on his side, so can easily slip into any of the national teams when the time is right. Derek Mensah. Kenneth Owusu surges forward. And it's a drive from afar. Not the kind of ball to beat Isaac Amuako in goal for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And Maxwell Kunedu, assistant coach of the senior national team, the Black Stars, head coach of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. He's up on his feet. He will issue instructions right away. Awal Mohammed finds Michael Ekofu and Yao Frimpong. Michael Anaba has made a move towards the left-hand side of attack. Stephen Odro lays on the pass to Daniel Nieje. A chip forward was well read by Tema Youth. Albert Osei clears. It doesn't go too far. Yao Frimpong. Still holding on to the ball, Yao Frimpong. And Henry Ohini Brenya. Ball still in play though. Derek Mensah, good recovery for Tema Youth. Referee says the game should continue. Derek goes down this time. It's a push from Richard Yabua. That will be a free kick advantage to the lads from Tema.
Well, Kumasi Asante Kotoko and then Tema Youth have the luxury of not having the pressure on them for either winning the league or staying in the league. But other teams would have. We understand that from the Accra Stadium, it is out of Oak 1, Brekumasna 0. And then New Edubiasi are drawing at home to the Tema United. Ashanto Dwarfs is goalless over there. And then the Lions game against Adriana Stars. Adriana Stars Liberty is also barren. And so if it stays this way, Brekumas now could be thinking about the mathematics. If they win, they will not care about whatever happens in the other venues or the other venues involving two other relegation threatened teams, Mighty Jets and then Tema United.
Well, let's see how that battle goes on. And as much as possible, we'll be feeding our viewers with information thereof concerning the battle for relegation. 23 minutes gone in the first half. It's Kotoko nil, Tema Youth nil. This is the match to crown it all for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. They will be walking home with the Ghana Globe Premier League trophy for the year 2011-2012. Michael Anaba is brought down. Free kick advantage, says the referee. It will go to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko.
Well, just as I updated the scores from the Accra Sports Stadium, a goal has been scored by Mahatma Otu, so it's 2-0 against Brekumas now. And once it's goalless involved in New Edubiasian, Tema United and Mighty Jets against Brekumas now, it means that on paper, Brekumas now could still survive because they have the better head-to-head between themselves and then Tema United.
A missed opportunity there for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. But it's interesting how the battle for relegation is turning out. Brekumas now down by 2 goals against Accra Hearts of Oak. Let's see what happens in the other matches involving Tema United and New. Let's see what happens between Tema United and, of course, Mighty Jets, because they also are in dire straits.
Exactly. And just now we hear that New Edubiasi are drawing with Tema United in Bekwai, and the results from the Mighty Jets versus Chelsea game is still barren. And so, as it stands now, it means that New Edubiasi, Tema United, will go on the same number of points with Brekumas now, but Tema United have an inferior head-to-head record against Brekumas now.
Okay, so a lot of statistics and mathematics will be going on, and I'm counting on the head of sports for Metro TV, Mr. Christopher Opoku. He's got the brains for the additions and the subtractions, and definitely he'll be feeding us with the permutations as we go on. It's Michael Ekufu lining up for a drive. Daniel Niejik takes up the mantle. It's a left-footed feeble shot, and it goes straight to Kofi Mensah.
Well, Asante Kotoko have been huffing and puffing. I mean, we've seen them have 2 opportunities that go from aerial situations. One, the header from a champion was weak. The other completely off target from Yeboah. I think that from those 2 opportunities, they should have had the first goal here. Apart from that, they've sat in comfort zone, not bothered too much by any threats in an attacking sense from Tema Youth.
Abel Hammond for Tema Youth. Can he get in the cross? It goes out into touch. And earlier on, we saw that opportunity from Daniel Niejik. It was a feeble shot from his unfavourite left foot. He ended up in the arms of goalkeeper Kofi Mensah. Tema Youth come forward again. Stephen Tete. Kenneth Owusu to the near side, fires Albert Osei. And it's Jerry Akofo who crosses the centre line, waiting for the options. Down goes Aidan Kone. And it's Richard Yeboah. Ben Achampong is the lone ranger up front. Ben gets the ball, but Alexander Entry. Well, Alexander Entry didn't really have to do anything as Ben Achampong laid on the pass. Yao Frimpong. Daniel Niejik. And Kotoko looking for that opening to sending the drive. Stephen Odro. And it's a wasted effort. Goal kick advantage to Tema Youth. And between Ben Achampong and Richard Yeboah, an opportunity has gone a-begging.
Again, we've seen Kumasi Asanti Kotoko get behind Onimku on the right side of the Tema Youth defense. And that was a good cross sent in by Stephen Odro. It got the Tema Youth defense a bit straight. And then the marking was quite poor here. I felt that they should have communicated between Yeboah and Achampong. the one who was going to get that ball. Getting into each other's way, a champion misdirecting his header. They need to punish Tema Youth when they get into openings like this or positions like this. The communication should have just been right. A champion allowed the ball for Yeboah because then he had the advantage of still suspending himself in air, and with that power that could have been generated by the leg muscles, you feel it would have been better served if he had the header rather than a champion.
Tema Youth still probing for goal number 1 as they come forward. Chance for Tema Youth. Francis now against Isaac Amwaku, and Yalfred Pong clears out. It doesn't go too far. Tema Youth still coming up with more opportunities. Albert in defense for Tema Youth. He crosses the center line. He's coming forward. Is he going to let one go? Good tackle. Referee says play on, and it's Michael Anaba. Richard Yeboah and Bernard Champong is waiting for the ball. But referee's whistle has already gone. There is a player of Tema Youth down. But that was close shave for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko.
Well, that was an opportunity Tema Youth should have buried. Yes, Amwako did well to make himself big in that goal post, but the Asanti Kotoko defense just slept on that occasion, and that has been their bane in the last 2 matches in the Premier League, conceding 3 goals against Bechem United and 3 against Ashanti Gold as well. There have been some occasions where they've just completely lost focus and they've lost the attention or the discipline of paying attention to the danger that is around them in the goal area. But even that momentarily, once they've got the ball, the transition was not quick. You saw Albert Osei shrugging off Yeboah, and that was the tackle from Akufu. Solid tackle from Akufu. Then Anaba gets the ball. The transition was not too quick for my liking, and that has been what has afflicted Kumasi Asanti Kotoko in this game. On some occasions, they are quick to the ball and quick in finding their men up front. But it was a solid tackle. He had his foot firmly on the ball, I mean Akufu.
A little problem of an injury worry for Tema Youth, as Albert was saying, goes off to receive further attention. Gideon Barr. Coming forward, Gideon Barr, slowly but surely. Michael Anaba. Can he cut through and send in a decent cross? Gideon Barr is left-footed. You wait for it. It's Michael Akufu. This time the shot goes wide. And again from the replay, Michael Akufu lining up that drive, shooting straight into the air. And you could see him calling for the ball there from his namesake, Michael Anaba.
Well, we've seen Anaba.
And the combination of the two Michaels didn't really get too far.
We've seen Anaba hold on to the ball and bring other players into play with his passing.
Well, referee's blown his whistle, and it's against Tema Youth, and Francis Na is not too happy. He thought that he went down, and so if anything, he would receive the attention of the referee. As we take a look at it again, controlling the ball beautifully on his chest, and I think there was a little bit of a nudge and a shirt tagging. So referee Samuel JC was right, but Francis Na is on the turf, and he looks injured. He looks to be in some pain. Bringing the ball down beautifully. And of course, Awal Muhammad positioning himself in such a way that Francis Na did not get the advantage that he so desired. And like I said, the fans here in their numbers to support Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, and also to see Kumasi Asanti Kotoko lift that trophy that they have not lifted in some 4 years. And so they're all here to show their support. And I really doff my hats off for the fans and their enthusiasm towards this last game of the season. Of course, for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, they are out of the MTN FA Cup. Tema Youth still have a stake in there. And so for Tema Youth, still another opportunity for glory in terms of the MTN FA Cup. 32 minutes. And we still haven't recorded a goal here. Oninku takes the ball away from Gideon Barr. Lovely turn by the youngster. Oninku still has the ball. Referee says it's a free kick. And the ball will go all the way back to Kofi Mensah. And I guess the good work that has been put in by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko this season cannot go without mention of the fact that MTN, their proud sponsors, have also played a yeoman's role in ensuring that Kotoko bounces back not only to win the league trophy, but back into Africa.
Exactly, and apart from MTN, they've had other sponsors, latest form, Everpure, coming on, Interplus coming on board to support them. I think that we have mentioned consistently that teams need the support of the corporate world to get them financially cushioned for some of these battles and the commitment that comes thereof. Apart from the sponsors, you would also want to mention the fans and other individuals who have played a yeoman's job in getting Kumasi Asanti Kotoko financially well-resourced to battle for the title this season and even to push for glory in Africa.
Shot on target, coming from Francis Na. Daniel Nieje took a trip and a knock in the process, but he's up on his feet. Game will continue.
It's turning out to be a bad day at the office for Kumasi now. They have gone down by 3-0 Attack Rajima scoring the third goal, but as I mentioned, as it stands now, they are still safe because they have the better head-to-head record against Betim United. They drew away to Betim United in the first round, and then at home it was goalless. In the first round it was 1-1, and so level of points with Betim United, but the point is that they have the better head-to-head. So whilst Asoport pushing some bitter pills down the throats of Arsenal, they would still be hoping that UAWBS will do them the favours.
Well, it's the last day of matches in the Ghana Globe Premier League. I'm not too sure if we should be talking about favours here, but I'm sure all the teams will want to play their hearts out for 90 minutes. And of course, the better sides will win, as we're seeing here. It's Yao Frimpong for Kotoko. And of course, getting entangled with the ball. Ball comes to Yeboah. Can he get in a decent cross? He does to the far side. That was close. The upright playing a part in keeping the ball out. Cross comes in again, and this time it goes to Kofi Mensah.
Well, Asante Kotoko have looked listless in the final third of the pitch, and that is the trophy. The trophy Asante Kotoko will be lifted.
Glittering glow trophy.
Exactly. And as I mentioned, and we mentioned during the tour of the trophy around the stadium, we did mention that Glow are taking every opportunity to mark their presence here. They've started operations after some 3 years of sponsoring the Premier League, and I think that between now and next season, when the league kickstarts, they will be doing more to improve their presence at match venues across the country, because we've not seen them do much. The excuse has been that they were not in operation, but now that they are operating and in competition with other telecommunication networks who feel that they will do so, and the battle, or the turf war, literally, we've seen some here before the start of the game where they were bossing their way around as far as getting places to do their branding.
Michael Lakofu for Kotoko. Richie Yeboah puts in a foot to help, and Frimpong shrugs off the tackle. He's still going forward. Frimpong. Derek Mensah comes in with a tackle. Samuel Jesse judged that to be a very fair tackle, and so the game will continue. Stephen Tete. Akofo finds Derek again, and slowly but surely Tema Youth get into the half of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Oninko Joshua trying to find Francis Na, and Awal Mohammed. Well, he tried to shepherd the ball out. Good recovery by Tema Youth. Shot is on target, but on this occasion, Aidan Kone's shot goes wide.
Well, again, Awal Mohammed not doing the business to the letter. He wanted to shepherd the ball, and with his huge frame and the seeming physical advantage that he would have in such a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, you don't want to see him beaten by any of the Tema Youth players, particularly Aidan Kone in that particular battle. It was a question of the other players coming in and putting pressure on Tete to prevent the goal being scored.
Lovely pass there from Daniel Nieje. That would have been a goal because Bernard Champon kept closing in and closing in. He had wanted to do the flick at the last minute. But again, quick reflexes from Kofi Mensah saved the day for Tema Youth.
Exactly. From that position down the right side, we've not seen Kotoko bother Tema Youth too much. Yafrimpong not having the best of games this afternoon has not contributed so much in an attacking sense. But that was a good cross delivered by Yeboah at the near post and inviting a champion to come across. Nieje with a pass, a telling pass for that matter. And you see Yeboah lifts his head up, puts it in that particular position where difficult for the defenders and the goalkeeper to get a communication right. The touch of the ball was not the strongest from a champion. And so Mensah grabbing it at the second time of asking, the ball nearly creeping under his armpits for the first goalie. And had he conceded from that angle and in that manner, you would have thought that he would be cursing himself all throughout the rest of the game. But thankfully, he was able to save it. But for Asante Kotoko, they will be looking to explore or to take advantage of those situations when they get into positions like that, particularly on the left side and then on the right side where we've not seen them in the action too much.
Well, Tema Youth might be forced to bring on their reserve goalkeeper. See him getting himself sorted out in terms of his apparel. Kofi Mensah seems to be in some problems, and look at the numbers here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. They're all here to add a touch of color and class to this coronation match here today. And this is the main stand, and everywhere is filled to capacity. Of course, we still have some spaces dotted on the far end, the center line. But the turnout, very, very impressive.
Well, that was the opportunity a champion was unable to latch onto. For a champion, yes, this might not be a big game for him to draw attention to himself, but he's the new or one of the strikers for the Black Stars, the new strikers for the Black Stars, and for a player like that, you would want to see him take the opportunity and make a strong case for a starting role with the Black Stars. So far, he's not done that. I'm not too sure whether it's a question of he saving his limbs or not enjoying a good day this afternoon. But whatever it is, he has some 50 or so minutes, 5 in this first half, and then 45 in the second half, to really stake a strong claim and make a strong case for himself as one of those players whom we should be counting on when the World Cup qualifiers begin.
Gideon Ba, a decent left-footed cross is what everybody's looking out for. Gideon Ba cuts through. Ball is still with Gideon. Appeals for a corner kick not given. And there we see Gideon again. He had beat one player already. He was just trying to maneuver some space for himself. And Tema Youth will not give him a dog's chance. So we delve into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Still no goal to either side. And just when the trophy was being sent round, a couple of the Glow ambassadors I spotted in there. Good old Pat Thomas is here. He loves his football and he loves the Porcupine Warriors. Derek Mensah for Tema Youth. Ball taken away from Derek Mensah. Richard Yeboah goes down. And it's going to be a free kick advantage to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Tema Youth give away a free kick. Quite a dangerous position. Richard Yeboah went in strong, but there was a strong tackle coming in from Alexander Entry that brought him down. Let's see what happens from the resultant free kick. And Kotoko are capable of scoring from a set piece. Gideon Ba might want to fancy a left-footed curly one. He's in a tete-a-tete with Michael Ekofu. And the fans probably waiting to herald the goal. Michael Ekofu, Gideon Ban, who takes it? It's Gideon Ban who bends it. And Kofi Mensah to the rescue.
The ball didn't have so much power behind it. Yes, it went over the wall, which was good. But the point is that because of the lack of power behind that particular shot, it gave Kofi Mensah ample time to run across or dive across to his left to save that particular one. But Asante Kotoko have really not done much in an attacking sense. Probably sums up what we are witnessing or what we are hearing from the other centers. Apart from the Accra game where Hazobuk are leading by 3-0. Interestingly enough, no goals have been recorded in 7 other venues.
Stephen Odro, well, he'll still draw the applause every time and any time he gets his foot on the ball. Daniel Niaje. The ball will go out. That was a free kick from Gideon Ba. And Bernard Champong was trying to latch onto that. And Gideon ruining that missed opportunity. 2 minutes to half-time, barring any time added on. And the fans are enjoying themselves in the stands. Tema Youth, they come forward through Oninku. Abel Hammond, can he get to it? Yes, he can. Looks for support and finds Jerry Akofo. And Tema Youth, very difficult for Tema Youth to work themselves into the heart of the defense of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Derek Mensah all the way back to Kenneth Owusu. Entry spreads play. Oninku picks it up. Derek Mensah. And Tema Youth give the ball away. So we have done 45 minutes of action in the first half. No goal to either side. We're doing 2 minutes of time added on. Awal Mohammed with a strong challenge. Abel finds Francis now. And then they give the ball away. It's going to be a yellow card. It's going to be a yellow card to Abel Hammond. Abel Hammond goes into the referee's books. Bernard Champong heads the ball down. Richard Yabua finds Bernard Champong again. Can he turn and drive? It's blocked. Richard Yabua is still there. He would have to send the ball in or wait for options. Brings the ball back. He's surrounded by 2 players. Looking for the corner kick. But he's won a free kick in the process. It was a foul. Ball comes through and it's headed out. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko have another opportunity to probably get a goal before the referee's whistle goes for the end of the first half. And it's cleared out by Aidan Connie, not too far. Awal Mohammed, he hardly crosses the center line unless he's coming up for a corner kick. Daniel Niaje, Yao Frimpong. Gideon Ba has switched flanks. There he goes, Gideon. He has to turn. Lays on the pass. Well, it was a trickery one. The ball has been taken away from Gideon. Jerry Akofo finds Francis Na. It's 1 against 3. Francis Na still holding on to the ball. Francis Na in the 18 box. And he chipped just over the top when it mattered most. Good play by Francis Na. And Samuel Jesse's whistle will be going any moment from now. Isaac Amwako, and there it is. It's halftime here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. It's been fun, it's been exciting for hours on end before the match began. The whole town of the garden city of Kumasi, or the whole city of Kumasi I should say, was painted red and white. It is all because of that trophy. As we take you through the highlights again, Michael Anaba, lovely backflip to Gideon Bar. His cross was met by Kofi Mensah. And as I was telling you, the fans are here in their numbers. Is to show appreciation to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko for a good job done this season. Out of nothing, they have risen to the top and they have annexed the Ghana Globe Premier League title in 4 years. It means Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are going back to where they belong, and that is in Africa to play the Africa Champions League. That is the Orange CAF Africa Champions League. And it will be good to see Kumasi Asanti Kotoko bounce back on the African continent. They have done so very well this season, but they have not managed to score against Tema Youth today. Kofi Mensah has been one of the reasons. The other reasons have been that Kumasi Asanti Kotoko have wasted a few of the chances. So we'll go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be joining you with lots of action in the second half. Don't forget, after the second half, it will be the coronation moment for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. We'll bring you all this and more live on Metro TV and, of course, on Super Sport. We'll go for a quick break, but at halftime, it's Kumasi Asanti Kotoko 0, Tema Youth 0.
It's recess here at the Baba Yara Stadium where Asanti Kotoko are drawing with Tema Youth. It's been a first 45 minutes where Asanti Kotoko were looking for the goals, but not really putting themselves in good positions to get the goal here. Tema Youth a couple of times attempted to get goals themselves, putting Asanti Kotoko under pressure and threatening them. Gary Asmith joins me by the pitch side, and incidentally, this is one of 7 games that has not gotten any goals recorded, although Bekum Arsenal are going down heavily after the first 45 minutes, 3-0 to Accra Hearts of Oak there. But Gary, after the first 45 minutes, it's not a kind of game the Asanti Kotoko fans would want to see. I mean, especially when they would want to see they winning the Premier League title in grand style.
Well, but at least they haven't conceded goals. That's what the Kotoko fans will tell you. It's been a coronation match, but it hasn't been a lot of. There hasn't been a lot of intensity in this game. Kotoko right now are focusing on their presentation and getting their cash donations.
Well, so Kumasi Asanti Kotoko getting some cash donations from one of their sponsors, Budget Cash and Carry, sole distributors of Blue Jeans energy drinks. And apart from that, they've had something also from Fidelity Bank, one of their sponsors, and just behind us you see the Globe mascots. The Circles Council have also presented something or made some donations to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And so, apart from the fanfare, the Asanti Kotoko administration led by Dr. KK Sapon will be happy with all these donations coming in.
Kotoko and business ventures are not new. Anytime there's any euphoric occasion, anytime the team is on a high, they know how to make money out of it, and it's not different. Maso Konedu is being honored especially by Fidelity Bank, one of their sponsors. He's being given 2,000 Ghana cedis for annexing the league title. It's not much in terms of, you know, how much effort and things has been put, and trying to put it in perspective of the international amounts we see in the Champions League and the World Cup and African Cup and things like that. But it's a start for him.
Well, a start for Coach Maxwell Kunedu. Apart from that, the National Circles Council also getting ready to present an award to Coach Maxwell Kunedu. Well, a while not too long ago, we got the information that Dr. KK Sapon not too happy about the contribution of the Circles Council towards redeeming their financial obligation to Coach Hans Schmidt had threatened to dissolve the Circles Council, but it's not going to happen, I guess, by their presentation and all that.
I mean, I always felt it was a weird decision because the Circles Council were not responsible for whatever happened to Hans Schmidt. You know, and I remember Dr. KK Sapon saying that what happened 7 years ago was not even the fault of his administration. So why he was even blaming the Circles Council for not taking a proactive stance in getting money for the team, it was quite funny. But it's good that the team is united now for next season for things to move forward in the next coming season, 2011, 2012, 2013.
Well, we've mentioned that Danania J on the whole over the 30 matches could vie for the best player in the tournament in the season for this particular season, but the Asanti Kotoko circles have honored him as the best player of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko for the season. So Danania J probably could take it on from here and challenge with the other players in the league as well.
Well, so certainly at the moment he's officially Kotoko's player of the season. Whether he can replicate it at the national level is yet to be seen. But Nia J has said that he's not too worried if he's not nominated for the top award at the PLB Gala that will be held, in a couple of weeks' time. But whatever it is, I'm sure he's going to be in contention because he has been that good.
Well, beyond that, let's look at this particular presentation in perspective. It's halftime here. It's a competitive game. You would expect that Kumasi Asanti Kotoko will be receiving a team talk or a pep talk from their coach. The coach is out here. Danania J is out here. A couple of other players are out here to be honored.
The assistant is in there, so he may have taken instructions from Maxwell Konedu. And this is Maxwell Konedu's probably his final game in charge of Kotoko. And so that's what it's going to be. But Kotoko are deserved champions. Maxwell Konedu is now walking onto the field. Like I was saying, it might be his final game in charge of Kotoko. We are not sure as yet. There have been reports that he will resign after this game, but the management have quashed it, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, so Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, apart from the 2,000 Ghana cedis donation or presentation made to Coach Maxwell Konedu, the Asanti Kotoko team also received a cash donation of 10,000 Ghana cedis. But over here at the, on the sidelines, we heard Maxwell Konedu yelling out to his players, last 45 minutes. That could sum it up. Looking for the 3 maximum points, I guess, and ending the season in grand style.
Well, certainly. I mean, sometimes we forget on a local perspective what it means for us to take every game seriously, not just for Kotoko, but for all the 16 clubs. As we speak, only the House of Folk game has recorded any scorelines because they are leading 3-0. All the other centers have recorded 0-0 scorelines. Kotoko need to win this game, not just for today, but for historic purposes. Maxwell Konedu needs to look back in a couple of years and say that I won my last game on a high, we were able to win, and I got a very good season and all that. So with all that in perspective, it just sums it up why he would be yelling last 45 minutes to his players.
Well, while the players from the two teams who are ready to come onto the field of play for the second half, Pat Thomas has come onto the field of play or has made an entry into the arena and leading the celebrations already. I mean, singing some of the favorite songs Asanti Kotoko are known to celebrate games and celebrate set occasions with.
Well, the song that you are playing right now, I think was done by Pat Thomas himself, so he'll be in a good position too. I mean, I heard a couple of people saying that as a brand rep of Glow, as well as the person who sang the Kotoko song, it's a conflict of interest. But at the end of the day, Pat Thomas is a Kotoko man, he always tell you.
All right, so we'll be going to Prince Anand for the second 45 minutes. We would want to see some goals here. It is the final game involving Kumasi Asanti Kotoko and Tema Youth. After the end of this game, Asanti Kotoko will officially be crowned as league champions for the 2011-2012 season. Let's see whether they will end it in style or Tema Youth will be party poopers.
Stadium where we're going to bring you the second half of this match between Kumasi Asanti Kotoko and Tema Youth. Is match day 30, is the last match or one of the last matches to bring the curtains down on the Ghana Globe Premier League. And referee Samuel Jesse gives us a signal for the commencement of the second half. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are playing from right to left. They're sporting their traditional red colors. During the halftime, we had a quick presentation by Budget Cash and Carry to support the good work that Kumasi Asanti Kotoko has done. And I'm sure that is going to urge Kumasi Asanti Kotoko on to probably get a winner in this game before 90. Clearance by Jerry Akofo. Daniel Niaje moving forward. Ball cleared out by Albert Osei. And Derek will pick up the pieces in midfield for Tema Youth. Strong tackle going in there by Gideon Ba. Referee says he will have none of that. And I'm hoping that Gideon Ba is okay. He's just recovered from injury, from a broken leg. That was a strong challenge. And Let's hope and pray that Gideon is okay. Free kick effected. This is Gideon Bar. And that was an earlier challenge on Ben Achempo. And then the tackle by Gideon Bar. Referee gives the advantage to Tema Youth. And they're not too happy about it. Stephen Odro going down from that challenge. He cut his ropes in football, like Albert told you, in the environs of Tamale, playing for Real Tamale United. And so far, he has stuck his guns with the Porcupine Warriors. Tema Youth started playing professional football or bouncing onto the Premiership in the year 2005 when they did well in the Middle League that season. They played against the likes of Accra Great Olympics, Swedru All Blacks, NBA United, as well as the Diana Stars and Wise Fighters. They finished second on the log behind Accra Great Olympics, and they bounced onto the Premiership. In 2006-2007, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko beat them both at Cape Coast. Well, they beat them at Cape Coast, but Tema Youth beat them in Tema. Gado Mohammed got a goal for Tema Youth in that match when playing against Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. But in that first round, Kotoko beat Tema Youth by 2-0, courtesy Mutala Mohammed and Edmond Owusu-Ansang. Well, in the 2007-2008 season, Kotoko did a double over Tema Youth. They first of all beat them 2-0 here. Goals from Emmanuel Osei-Kufo and Eric Bekoin. And in Tema, Kotoko repeated the dose over Tema Youth. They played in 2008-2009 season. Again, Kotoko scored a double over Tema Youth. They won 2-1 in Tema. And here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, a 3-goal cushion. 2 goals from Alexa Samoa, 1 from Kojo Poku were enough to beat Tema Youth. So for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, they've almost always had the upper hand over Tema Youth. Chance for Kotoko, this should be it! Against the goal post. Pass was laid on by Michael Anaba. And the finishing from Richard Yabua really let them down. That should have been the first goal for the Porcupine Warriors. However, Tema Youth will count themselves very lucky as Kenneth clears out. Only as far as Michael Lakofu, the man also known as Gaddafi. Awal Mohammed cut his loins at final. Michael Lakofu again lays on the pass of Daniel Niaje. You will remember his days with Neoplan Stars. Albert Osei to the far side, and we'll take a look at that build-up again.
Well, smooth build-up. Stephen Odro finding Anaba. The ball always getting away from a champion, but Yabua did well to run and latch onto that particular one. But I thought that he should have found target. Yes, the angle was acute. He had the goalkeeper, Kofi Mensah, down. That should have been the first goal for Asanti Kotoko. Mensah was scrambling across his own goal area. By the time the connection came from Yabua, he was already down. Brilliant move, not a kind of finishing to meet it.
Francis Na lays on the pass, watching the offside trap. And Abel Hammond was caught in it. So in a moment or two, I'll be going to Albert to give us the scenarios in terms of what the score lines are and what it will mean for teams that are battling for a relegation. Play is spread to the far side, and it's Aidan Kone who lays on the pass. The cross comes in, nobody there to finish. It comes back to Aidan Kone, and a strong tackle from Gideon Bar, making his presence felt in the second half.
Well, that was a strong tackle from him. Well, it was a bit dangerous. He came in there and threw himself into that tackle, exposing his stats. Elsewhere, he could get a caution, a yellow card for that particular kind of tackle, but he showed a desire to win the ball. He's been busy in the course of this game, the 50 minutes the game has lasted. Sometimes he's gone down too easily and stayed on the ground. But I think that if you've seen him play ever since he made a recovery from injury in the last few games for Asante Kotoko, he's really looked promising. I think if he goes on like this, he could earn a regular place for Asante Kotoko and probably push for some other positions, some position in the Black Star, in the national team. But you see it from several other angles, and on any occasion you see that, you will think that he has escaped a big punishment. It was quite dangerous, that tackle from him.
So it's a free kick to Tema Youth. And Derek Mensah will swing one in. Quite teasing, the header is on, but it goes off. An opportunity corner begging for Tema Youth. Kenneth Owusu joining the attack as and when needed. So Kotoko come out of their defensive shell. Sabato Mohammed has been warming up for a while. We might see him play in this match. Daniel Mieje. Gaddafi to Yao Frimpong. Teasing cross by Yao Frimpong is brought down by Achiampong. Back to Achiampong. The flag stays down. Achiampong. Well, the least said about that connection, the better. Well, well, Albert, I know you're laughing and I know you're smiling, and Gary's been up to mischief. Yes, we all know that he's in the senior national team, the Black Stars. But sometimes these opportunities come and they're wasted by even seasoned players.
Well, it sums up his afternoon, actually. You see Stephen Odro getting the ball back to him. He pulls it onto his favorite right foot, completely miscuing it. He's not had the best of afternoons, but I will not put too much on he being called and putting up the show here. But you would want to see him deliver for Asante Kotoko and stake a claim for a national team place.
Daniel Niaje with the cross. Menachampo stops the ball. There's on the pass to Gideon Ba. Appeals for a foul. Not given. And Gideon misses the upright by a few inches. Well, he's got a goal this season against Tema Youth. Against Mighty Jets. Yes, that's right, against Mighty Jets. And he's shown that given the opportunity, if he gets an opportunity on target, he will be able to bury it.
Exactly. You see the hard work from a champion we just mentioned a while ago. And for Gideon Ban, he's one player who has the intelligence that some players lack on the lookouts, and he brings it onto his favorite left foot. The point is that he offers too many dimensions to a team he plays for. In a defensive sense, he has the discipline to defend as a fullback. In an attacking sense, he adds other dimensions to an attack. As you mentioned, he scored a goal here. He's taking his comeback on the gradual pedestal. He's getting it and he's getting up there. But I'd want to see him do more, get into shape more, and get into the same kind of player we knew of him before he went or he suffered that horrific injury.
Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are on the threshold of making a change. And good old Stephen Odro will be sacrificed at this stage. And Kofi Intibwache, who's been warming up also for a while, is getting ready to come on. So for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, as we told you earlier on from the beginning, 17 wins. They've only lost 3 times. And they've scored 9 draws. Most of their wins they've secured when they're playing at home. Neo Dibiasi came here to pick up a 1-1 draw. Brekum Arsenal picked up a barren scoreline here as well. Gideon Ba. And of course, they also picked up a draw playing away from home when they played Accra Hearts of Oak at the Ohenijan Stadium. Gideon Ba holds on to his foot. It's a strong tackle for the ball. Joshua Oninku going down. Was on a tussle there with Gideon Ba. So off comes Stephen Odro. Off comes Stephen Odro and on goes Kofi Ntibwache. And the fans in Kumasi, they love Stephen Odro.
Well, he's been a faithful servant. Every time he touched the ball in this game, we've seen or we've heard the fans go up into cheers here. Cheering every move he's made here. He's not the same kind of player who played for Asante Kotoko between 2000 when he joined them from Real Tablet United, and 2006. I dare say that ever since he made that attempted move away from Kumasi Asanti Kotoko to South Africa and came back, he didn't really get into the same shape before he left the shores of Ghana, but he's been a faithful servant. He's won his third Premier League title with Asanti Kotoko. He's won them some games, and notable among them, he's taken Asanti Kotoko to 2 cup finals on Africa in the Confederation Cup and the Cup winners, although on all those 2 occasions they lost, and so they love him here.
Michael Lekofu with the drive is blocked and headed out by Oninku. Finds Francis Na, and away Tema Youth. Na beats one. Good recovery by Kofi Ntibwache. It's Gideon Bar now, and Gideon is being seen a lot of the times in the half of Tema Youth. Kofi Ntibwache, Daniel Mieje. Bernard Champong is waiting for it. Kofi Ntibwache goes past one. Sets up the cross! It's been long time coming. The goal is finally here. Kofi Ntibwache's magic touch. And Kumasi Asanti Kotoko have registered the first goal in this match. Richard Yeboah in the right place, at the right time, with the right header, from the right pass, into the right goal. Kotoko are 1-0 up.
Well, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, you sense that it was always going to come from the left. If a goal was going to be scored, it was going to be down to the hard work and the fact that they have gotten the better of Oninku on the right side of Tema Youth defense on a consistent number of times. And over there was the industry of Kofi Ntibwache, who got into that position, a pass from Danani Eje on mark here in acres of space. He had a time to do a step over, and then he sent in this cross on Mark Yeboah, perfectly directing his ball into the back of the net for the first goal here. In the first half, they had several opportunities where either Champong or Yeboah were on mark in the goal area. They were unable to hit target. On this occasion, they have put an end product to all the hard work. Asanti Kotoko deservingly lead by 1-0.
Good play by Kofi Ntibwache, shrugging off that attack, placing it in the path of Richard Yeboah. It's his 4th goal for the Porcupine Warriors this season. And the technical bench, the reserve players, everybody here is happy for Kotoko. Game will continue, and Tema Youth will be making a substitution. Abel Ama-Hammond will be coming out, and Daniel Appiah will be taking his place. Daniel Appiah is on 4 goals this season for Tema Youth. They will do well to bring him on to probably get the equalizing goal. Meanwhile, down in pain is Aidan Kone. And that is the reason why that's a temporary halt in play. Aidan Kone going down. Michael Anaba consoling him. He went down quite awkwardly and quite heavily too. I'm hoping that he's okay. But look at the fans go. They're here, the red and the white. They are the dominant colors here in the Garden City today.
Will glow with their green and white will compete the red and white. That's that for the colors here, or the dominance of the colors. We have several others singing and cheering in red and white here. They came here very early in party or in carnival mood. They wanted to see their team winning. Apart from this goal here, Accra's Book has also added 1 other goal to the 3 already scored in the first half. So they are leading Kumasi now by 4-0. And this is the reason why the crowd here at the Kumasi Baba Yara Stadium have been thrown into a serious party mood here. Kofi Ntibwache doing well to get the ball onto his left and then crossing perfectly, weighted ball for Richard Yeboah to head home. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko's first goal, or the leader here. You feel that if it ends this way, or if Asanti Kotoko scores more, it will be the fans here will go gay and celebrate deep into the night.
Well, the jubilation, the fun galore, the ecstasy, everything is going to go deep into the night. And that is for sure. That's a huge musical carnival in the waiting. And it's all because Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, well, they're laughing all the way to the bank. Appeals for a handball, not giving, is still in the 18-yard box. Tema Youth, what can they do out of this? Derek Mensah lining up a drive. Good work by Daniel Nieje. Kofi Intibuache lays on the pass and finds Benachempong. Alex Enchu, a little push in the back. And there's a free kick to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko.
Well, the champion took off well there, but that was the slightest of nod. He had the advantage. Kenneth was fouling there. The Tema Youth players aren't so happy about that. The fans of Asanti Kotoko won't care about it. Asanti Kotoko have another opportunity. And the different dimension in Tibuache's inclusion in the second half has added to Asanti Kotoko is that the transition from defending into attack has been quicker. He picked up the ball deep in his own half, took off really well, burst into space, and then delivered that particular pass which a champion latched onto. I'd want to see a champion with Inti coming on, how he will react to it, because it looks like the entire team from Kotoko are doing better with Inti on the field of play.
Daniel Nieje, and the kick is blocked. Gideon Bar does well to recover. Lays on the pass. It goes to Daniel Nieje. Goes round one. Can he get him the cross? He lays on the pass. It's at the edge of the 18-yard box. Good work by Kofi Tibuache. He fires. Appeals for a penalty not given. And Joshua Oninku will allow the ball to roll over the line for a welcome throw-in to Tema Youth. A shot from the unfavourite left foot of Kofi Tibuache. Not too strong. Awal Mohammed. Henry Ohene-Brenya. Michael Ekofu inviting the pressure. Isaac Amuako gets it away. Yao Frimpong finds Ekofu. Lays on the pass. Is dealt with by Albert Osei. Out into touch it goes. And the throw-in will go to Tema Youth. So, Albert, do we have any updates from the other venues, and what is the scenario looking like?
Well, as it stands now, Mighty Jets, who are drawing away to Brecum Chelsea, will go on to 28 points. It will not be good enough for them. Betem United also drawing to New Edubiasi in Bekwai will go on to 30 points. The difference is that Brecum Arsenal, who are trailing Hazlewood by 4-0, will still be on 30 points, but will have a better head-to-head between themselves and Betem United because of the fact that away to Betem United, they got 1 goal scored in that 1-1 draw, and I hope they had a goalless drawn game played against Betem United.
Kenneth Owusu clears out. An official dom here at the VIP and the VVIP stand, enjoying the match. Henry Ohene-Brenya. The ball is cleared out. Yao Frimpong. Michael Lekufu brings the ball to the near side. It's Gideon Bar. Daniel Nieje. And Kumasi Asanti Kotoko keeping the ball to themselves. It's 20 minutes gone in the second half, and they're trying to tease Tema Youth out of their defensive shell. Gideon Bar, Awal Mohammed, Michael Anaba. And the fans are happy, aren't they? Kotoko still keeping the ball to themselves. This time is a long one by Awal. Ball read by Oninku. Good recovery by Stephen Tete. Jerry Akofo. Well, 3 teams bounced to the Premiership this season. Tema Youth was one of them. We also had Wasaman United and then Bechem United, and Wasaman has gone back to where they came from. Tema Youth have stuck their heads up above high water, I should say. And like you rightly said, it's also looking dicey for Bechem United. But would you say that the debutants in the season, this season, have given a good account of themselves? And before you bring your question, your answer to that question is Daniel Niaje. This time, Kenneth stands tall. Joshua Oniku, a little push, and Oniku couldn't control the ball. He goes over the line, appealing for a foul, at least from the referee. There was a strong challenge there from Kofi Ntibwache. And Kotoko have the advantage. Michael Ekufu, Michael Anaba to the far side, and Yafri Pong would have to go back to pick it up. But what would you make of the teams that came from relegation? And of course, one of them definitely is going back.
Well, I think that the way the Division 1, the transition from Division 1 to the Premier League, the teams don't have the time to get a proper preseason in place to sort themselves out for the competition and the rigors of the Premier League. Apart from that, they play barely 14 matches or 15 matches in the National Division 1 and come up here to travel across the country and play here. I think that difference in playing the Division 1 and Premier League has a big toll on them.
And that's a nice overlap run there by Kumasi Asanti Kotoko's Yao Frimpong, held in check by Alex Entry. And panning my eyes across the VIP and the VVIP stand, former players of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, the likes of Samuel Lopokunti, and of course Safo Jemfi, they're all in there. They're all playing different roles to support Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And Gideon Bar clears out. And we also have one ardent fan of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, a doctor by profession, Dr. Kusi Esubonteng. He loves Kumasi Asanti Kotoko to bits. And he's here supporting in his full regalia of the Kotoko colors. He's a doctor at the Nana Efia Kobi Hospital at Nankansu Edujama. And not him alone, but of course there are other die-hard stalwarts of Kotoko who are here to add ornaments to this game, and of course to give credence to the fact that they are all proud of the fabulous boys Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. It's a corner kick on the far side to Tema Youth. And make no mistake, they're not sad, they're very happy. They're only waiting for the final whistle to go. Corner kick comes in, headed out solidly by Gideon Bar. It's hooked back into the 18-yard box by Aidan Kone, but nothing really comes out of it. 24 minutes gone in the second half. Kotoko still leading by 1.
Well, I think that in the second half we're seeing goals being recorded across the other centers. While All Stars have scored the leader against Mediama SA, the goal scored by Major Ban Tete. And so while All Stars leading Mediama SA, that would hurt the ambitions of Mediama SA in playing in the top 4.
Chance coming for Ben Achiampong, gets in the cross, too many violet shirts. But it's still in there. Daniel Niaje bends one. Good save from Kofi Mensah.
Well, Daniel Niaje was there to pick up the second ball. Quicker to pick up the second ball, he bent it around. He wanted to get the ball around the goalkeeper for the second goal here, forcing Kofi Mensah into a spectacular save. And there you see Niaje getting his foot around that particular one, the inner foot around that short ball. It was always going directly into the bottom half of that particular goal. Kofi Mensah reacting and coming to the rescue of Tema Youth.
Well, it's a corner kick to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko to be effected from the far side by Gaddafi. Michael Ekufu, and is headed out by Derek Benson. I'm not surprised that Oniaje is playing like this today because the donation made by Budget Cash and Curry, we understand that he was adjudged the best player for Kotoko this season. And I have no doubts that yes, indeed he has. And well, football is for the young and the old, wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
He's here in his red colors already.
She's been born into the family, the red family.
Most definitely. And there's a brass band just sitting underneath us in commentary position. And I noticed that brass band has a Kumasi Asanti Kotoko cloth that they're wearing. And what lengths Kotoko won't go to ensure that the supporters also have a feel of what it takes to support Kotoko?
Well, Gary Smith will tell you that on such euphoric occasions, every member of the Porcupine family would want to be noticed. And they have several ways of doing that. They come here, young, old, ladies, gentlemen, all come here to show their presence. The VIPs would also come here to attempt to take the attention from all these other fans.
Free kick advantage to Tema Youth. Quickly effected. Derek Mensah. And Tema Youth still finding it difficult to break, I beg your pardon, the resolve of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Oninku Joshua. Spreads the pass through. Down goes Aidan Kone. And that's the reason why Michael Ekufu, the culprit. Game will continue. Shipped forward by Stephen Tete. Good recovery by Gideon Ba. And Gideon gets himself out of trouble. And I'm so glad for Gideon Ba. He has recovered fully from that nasty injury which he picked up in a game between Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. Had to stay out of the game for a very, very long time. But he's bounced back. He's doing what he knows how to do best. We can only pray that the sky is the limit for him. Gideon Ba. Michael Ekufu to the far side. Yao Frimpong, another of the young chaps who's also played quite well for the Porcupine Warriors this season. Achampo will leave it for Ekufu. So Achampo goes round one. Lays on the shot. Very feeble one. Off target. At a cross section of a VIP we have here. Some chiefs. So Jerry Asari in the coat, also known as Shosho. He makes things tick for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. And again, look at the skill of the young chap Gideon Ba. Reading the game so very well, getting himself out of trouble on that occasion.
Exactly, and one result from Brecum would mean that Mighty Jets might be getting out of trouble if it stays this way across the centers. They have taken the lead against Brecum Chelsea, and so they will go on to 30 points, will be on the same number of points with Brecum Arsenal, who are trailing 4-0 with Hearts of Oak on 30 points, and Beche United drawing to New Edubiasi will be on 30 points as well, but they would have a better head-to-head record against these two other teams. And so Mighty Jets, if they are able to keep up with the 1-0 lead at the Brecum Golden City Park, that will be some golden news for them.
Cross-section of the dignitaries are here, enjoying the game from a bird's eye view. They would love to do the standing instead of the sitting. Throw in by Kotoko. Gideon Ba will effect it. Kenneth Owusu. And they're moving forward. It's a strong run there. A little bit of shirt pulling. Referee would have none of that. The game will continue. Daniel Apia in the thick of affairs. And I can see Nicholas Oje warming up. Bernard Chiampong is 1 against 2, but the flag is already up for offside. And so these fans, anything red and white will do, as long as the colors are showing. You're a die-hard fan of the Porcupine Warriors. And they're here in their numbers just to show their support for what is happening to their team today. So quick change, and Nicholas Oje is on. And he's replaced Aidan Kone, who's taken a series of knocks, couple of knocks in this game.
Nicholas Oje saved Tema Youth in that game against Wasserman with that toe poke that beat goalkeeper Aholu imposed for Wasserman. Probably he's come on here to get the equalizer. and seemingly spoil the party of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Elsewhere, Adriana Stars leading Liberty Professionals by 1-0. It will mean that Adriana Stars will be playing in the top 4 next season, or will be finishing in the top 4.
Strong run there from Awal Mohammed, was pushed away from the ball just when he crossed the center line. Free kick advantage to Tema Youth. And Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are looking forward to make a quick change. David Ofe is also getting ready to come on. And I will not be surprised if anybody from midfield is taking off. Probably Daniel Nietzsche, he's worked so very hard. It could also be Michael Lekufu or Michael Anaba. Kenneth Owusu for Tema Youth. Daniel Apia. Apia, can he go around Gideon Ba? Gideon Ba takes a trip in the process. The advantage will go the way of Kotoko. And a bird's eye view shot of the fans, and that man is a happy man. Colorful here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Well, I can't begrudge you, sir, on my screen. I know, yes, I believe you are a die-hard Kotoko fan. So Daniel Nietzsche is coming off, and it's David Ofe who will see to the end of the game. We're into the last 13 minutes of this match. David Ofe, his first touch. Ball goes out. Nicholas Ogier wins the throw-in. Ball swung to the far side. It's Albert Osei. And foot up by Gideon Ban. Referee says play on. This Daniel Apia keeps the ball in play. Ball goes out. Has he won the throw-in? Yes, he has. Quick throw-in. Awal Mohammed to the rescue. Clears his lines solidly. Stephen Tete joining the attack. David Ofe goes down. Free kick advantage. And not only are the men enjoying the game, but the ladies are doing so as well. And I won't pass any comments about other things we're seeing. But Prince Owusu, the coach of Tema Youth, not too happy about one thing or the other. And down went David Ofe. And Prince Owusu, the head coach, complaining to the fourth official. There he is. Complaining to Detective Sergeant Sylvester Ajoku. Safe back header to Kofi Mensah. And so it's all smiles on the faces of the Kotoko faithful. And I'm sure they're only waiting for the next 10 minutes. And then the party will begin. Michael Lekufu. Gideon Ba now. Long ball in. David Ofe brings the ball down. Alex Enchi. Can he deal with David Ofe? Enchi goes down. David Ofe has the ball, but it's 1 against 3. 1 red shirt against 3. He's pushed off the ball. David Ofe is told to get up by Samuel JC, the referee. I think his thoughts were that he took a dive. And then he just went down. Well, couldn't agree with Samuel JC more. Ball is given away to Richard Yabua, but this time he wastes the effort.
Well, that was a fine opportunity for Richard Yabua to record the second on the day and a brace for him. That was poor play by Alexander Entry. Don't know what he was thinking on that occasion. Ofe attempting to lob it over goalkeeper Kofi Mensah. But Ofe is lucky, David Ofe is lucky not to have received a yellow card for diving on that occasion. It was a cheap way of attempting to con the referee.
Kofi Tibuache finds Ofe David. Michael Anaba. It's a long pass. And for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, the build-up is good. Sends in the cross, but nothing comes out of it. Tema Youth work themselves out of trouble. But again, there's no follow-up on that ball. Awal Mohammed is all alone as referee will blow his whistle. I think Derek Mensah may have picked up an injury somewhere along the line. Temporary hold up. And this action is coming to you live on Metro TV and of course Super Sport by the kind courtesy of the Rights Masters. Taste to share and moments to remember. And supported by Azar Paints #1 Calipo Ed, they're frutally full of natural goodness. Interplus, we make sure wherever you are, water reaches you even space. Well, in this case even at the Baba Sports Stadium. Gideon Bar. And I think the success story of Gideon Bar's relationship with MTN still continuing after winning the Premier Edition of the MTN Soccer Academy. Well, he's winning the Ghana Globe Premier League title with Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, who are supported by MTN. Yao Frimpong, a bit too much the run, over elaboration, wanting to do it all and eventually doing nothing. Henry Brenya in defense. Easy clearance. Headed on by Yeboah. It's Yao Frimpong now. Intibuachi Kofi. And it looks like Maxwell Kunedu seems to be content with the way his team is playing so far. Anaba Michael. Ekofo and finds Gideon Bar. David Ofer. Michael Anaba. And Gideon Bar. Sweeping play to the far side. And ball comes to Awal Mohammed. David Ofe. And Kotoko is a stroll in the park currently. No opposition at all from Tema Youth. Chasing their shadows, if you want to call it that. We have 6 minutes remaining in this match. And the fans will applaud the game plan of Kotoko. Into the 18-yard box. It's Kofi Tibuachi lays on the pass. Ben Achiampong still fighting to maintain his composure. It's David Ofe. Ball cleared out. There's a throwing advantage to Kumasi Asanti Kotoko.
And it's 1-0 advantage Asante Gold. Muhammad Yakubu scoring the first goal in that game, or the only goal in that game for Asante Gold against Dwarfs. It will mean that Asante Gold will finish second on the league log, and that will be the third time in 3 seasons that Asante Gold have finished second on the Premier League log.
Well, congratulations to the second club in waiting, Ash Gold. Unfortunately, Gideon Bar's trick didn't work, and he has to make the long run back to take his position. Oninku gives the ball away. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. They have options in coming forward. Michael Anaba, Yao Frimpong. It's a season that we've enjoyed most. Of course, the league being sponsored by Globacom Communications. Crossed by Francis Na. Henry Brenya. Timely clearance. It doesn't go too far, but they got the job done.
That was a dangerous attempt at clearing the ball by Ohene Brenya. I would want to see it once again whether he connected with the man or the ball, but from the first time I'd seen it, I thought that it was the ball. And you see him coming here with Nicolas Oninku. It was the ball, but it was really pretty dangerous. Had he not connected with the ball, it would have been a penalty and a sending of Ohene Brenya reading it so well and getting his tackle right.
Kenneth Owusu. Now Tema Youth, can they get a face-saving equalizing goal? Oniko Joshua lays on the pass to Stephen Tete. Oniko still holding on to the ball, trying a little bit of a trickery there. And Gideon Bar stands tall. Again, this youngster. What a game he's having, Gideon Bar. He plays with a lot of confidence. And he's so sure of himself. That is the young man, formerly a pupil of St. Teresa School, North Kaneshi in Accra. And now, one of Ghana's finest left fullbacks.
Well, he's done well in this game. I would only hope that in the off-season, he will keep his discipline, work harder, and come back a better player than we've seen him in the last few games for Asante Kotoko. For him to have gone down for nearly 2 years with that injury and coming back to play this way shows or tells of his mental attitude in the game.
And Kumasi Asanti Kotoko would probably want to bring on a last sub in the person of Nephew. And Nephew will be taking the place of Ben Achampong. Meanwhile, yellow card has been shown to Daniel Appiah. Yellow card to Daniel Appiah. Last-ditch instructions being issued out by Prince Owusu, the head coach. He's been supported by Francis Oku, the assistant coach. And sometimes the assistant coaches are not made mention of. But Safo Castro, what a job he's done with Maxwell Kunedu. Ben Achampong is coming off. And his place is going to be taken by number 55, Nafiu Idrisu. Awal Mohammed, it's a long ball towards Nafiu Idrisu. He's been beaten to it. Offside, the flag was up. Kick quickly effected. Derek. Jerry Akofo. And Tema Youth, they played so very well, I'll better say. Unfortunately, they just haven't gotten that equalizing goal. Daniel Appiah. Awal Mohammed in contention, and Nicholas Oje. Well, the ball has gone out. Ball has gone out for a welcome goal kick. We have done 90 minutes of action here at the Babayara Sports Stadium. And the signal has been given that we're going to be playing 3 minutes of time added on. 3 minutes of time added on. And Nephew, Kenneth Owusu under pressure. And Kenneth clears his lines. So it's not a done deal yet for Kotoko. They're still probing for goal number 2. Gideon Ban with the throw. Gideon sends in a sensible cross. The flick is on. Headed out by Jerry Akofo. Cleared out by Tema Youth. And Gideon Ban holds the fort so very well. We're into the last 2 minutes. Or time added on of 2 minutes. Gideon Bar. Nephew. A late kick there from Joshua Oninku. And that was a sensible flick there. And another easy one by Kotoko, but it was well read by Jerry Akofo. Nephew Idrisu. Down in some pain. He came on not too long ago for Ben Achampong. And so we're into the last minutes of time added on in this match. We're into the last minute of time added on in this match. Game continues. It's Gideon Bar, Awal Mohammed. Samuel JC has taken a look at his watch. We'll play on for about 30 seconds to a minute. Nephew Idrisu, can he let one go from a distance? And for Tema Youth, they've not been disgraced at all in this game. They just haven't managed to get themselves back into it. Akofo, long one. Francis Na, good thinking by Awal Mohammed. And the defense line of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, really, they've not put a foot wrong today. Derek Mensah. And Kofi Ntibuache is 1 against 3. Referee has blown his whistle. And the fans know that it's all over. The fans will start the jubilation. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are the league champions for the Ghana Globe Premier League 2011-2012. It's been fun. It's been solid play from Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. Maxwell Konedu has kept faith with his charges, and they have not let them down. It's been super. It's been tremendous. And eventually, it's all over. 30 weeks of action in the Ghana Globe Premier League. Ably sponsored by Glow. And what a season we have had. It's full time here. Thank you so very much. My name is Prince Anand, bringing you commentary in this last match of the season. But we definitely will be staying in touch with you, because next season we'll be bouncing back with more action. The final score, Kumasi Asanti Kotoko 1, Tema Youth 0. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko are the league champions.
It's all over here at the Baba Yara Stadium. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko winning 1-0 and putting the icing on the cake as far as their league season is concerned. They are going to be officially crowned in just about some few minutes as league champions. Prince Owusu, the coach of Tema Youth, joins me by the pitch side. Coach, congratulations first of all for staying up in the Premier League, and then better luck next time. But you lost today against Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. From a technical point of view, what accounted for your loss?
Yeah, I was the goalkeeper's fault. I was an area ball. That the goalkeeper was supposed to come out and then grab it. But I stood there for the guy to come ahead again. That was the fault that we had over there.
Well, for this game, did you come out shape up to defend and attempt to catch Kotoko on the breaks?
No. You know, people are saying that all over the place. But this is football. Anytime you come out, you got to play all your heart out. You never know who's watching. So we came to play. That's it.
All right. The last question will be on what you look forward to getting in next season. Yes, you've stayed up. What are the lessons you've picked?
I think I came in the second round. If I'll have the opportunity to pick my boys to go through the preseason training, I think we'll do better than what we did this year.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach, for joining us. So that is the coach of Tema Youth, Coach Prince Owusu. Coach Maxwell Konedu, well, for those who do not know, his first season with Kumasi Asanti Kotoko as a player, he won the league title in 1992. And then his first season as a coach for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, 20 years down the line, he's won as the Premier League, as the coach of the winners of the season. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, you came out here a disciplined performance. with all the joy and the fact that you had won already the league season, how did you get your players prepared mentally for this game?
Normally today, it was only one word I gave them: win this match for me. We have done everything possible to get here. And throughout the season, I keep on telling them, believe in yourself, you can do it. And they have done it. But today's game, I told them to win this game for me, because it will crown our season and it will make our season very, very complete.
Well, the season obviously made complete by the victory, but some people want to know, once they won for you, is it going to be the last time you are going to be on the bench as coach for Asante Kotoko?
No, we are on it. We are still in talks with our management.
So it could well be you staying or you leaving. What are chances?
We haven't finished. We are still negotiating.
Okay, for you, your first time winning the Premier League title, did you think that it was going to come this soon?
I knew this team was going to do well from next year, but the boys have, played so well this season that it has, surprised me. I mean, we didn't expect the trophy this year. We were thinking from next year, yes, it was possible, but hey, this is football for you.
Well, you look for life after this particular season. We'll see whether you will still be here as coach of Asante Kotoko or the national team or whatever capacity you'll be in. But for the fans of Asante Kotoko, what word would you have for them?
I have to thank them very much for supporting us from the beginning of the season to the very last match. This match is for them. We thank them very much.
Well, I said finally, but this one finally. Throughout the course of the season, at what point did you believe that the victory was going to be yours? You've mentioned that you were looking to next season to win, but throughout the course of this season, at what point did you feel this is our title to take?
When we drew Adriana and Chelsea away.
All right, coach, thanks for speaking to us. So that was the coach of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, and currently the deputy coach of the Black Stars. He says that when they drew those games against Adriana Stars and Brekum Chelsea, then he knew that Asante Kotoko would win. Icing on the cake for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, Tema Youth staying up, but it's not too clear which of the teams who were in battle to survive will be staying up. Mighty Jets at the time we were coming here were leading 1-0 away to Brekum Chelsea. Bete United were down by 1-0 against Edubiase, and Arsenal were being hammered 4-0.
So that's the story of the league so far. Just so that we don't get anything wrong, we'll just wait for the official confirmation from the GFA so that we can find out the teams that have been relegated. But one thing we do know for sure is that we have our champions here. Kotoko have already started wearing their white shirts with champions emblazoned on them, and you can see that we are going to have a special ceremony here. For those that always complain that Ghana don't big up our ceremonies enough, today I'm sure we are going to have a really, really good show. The cameras are going to pan to some of the things that Glow have in store, some of the decor and the things like that, and it's going to be a festive occasion here in Kumasi today, Albert.
Well, it looks to be a sea of activity here. Too many people coming into the arena. I hope that we get it right. But let's look to the course of the season. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko obviously winning, but we've seen we've heard people argue that this has been the best. You have covered seasons in, seasons out. What will be your analysis of this season?
Well, it's been a good season in terms of several things. The style with which Kotoko consistently went and built up the shape of their season. Heart of Oak gave them a very big threat until about 6 or 7 games to go, and Heart of Oak just got a couple of things wrong. Ash Gold were also in contention after Yaya Tampon was given the reins of power for Ash Gold, and we saw that things were going, and so it's been a very good season. I'm not sure whether it's been as good as the rest, but it's been certainly good.
All right, Gary Al-Smith will take a short leave of me. Dr. KK Sapon, the executive chairman for Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, joins me by the pitch side. He wears a smile that will not give him away as a happy man, but I think that, Doctor, you will be happy as being the leader of this team that has won the league title. Congratulations anyway.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a long journey. I would say that we are very, very happy to have won it and won it in style. That is all I can say at this moment.
Well, the fans won't care about what went into or the cost to bring in this title, but from an administrative point of view, what was how was it to get Asante Kotoko winning the title after not winning so in the last 3 seasons?
Well, it's all about discipline, getting the right players, very committed players, and indeed, we've worked towards it. A very strong technical bench and very stable management as well.
Well, Well, you've mentioned a stable management, strong technical bench. The future of your coach, Marcelo Kunedo, is in question. We asked him, he was evasive about it. Is he staying?
Well, we wish Kunedo would stay with us. But even if he's going, just like we were able to identify him, we'll go and bring in a new person who will perform equally well. But we are very, very grateful to him. A wonderful young man, very humble, and he has a lot to offer this country.
Well, am I getting the sense that you are dropping huge hints that Marcelo Kunedo will be leaving today?
Well, if the GFA wants him for national assignment, what can we say? We'll certainly sacrifice him. But like I'm assuring all our teaming supporters, we will surely bring in somebody else who will be equally up to the task.
Okay, finally, life after this season, you'll be looking forward to Africa, going into Africa, and then next season. What are the immediate plans?
We are now going to go to the drawing board, and I believe we'll be able to map up the right strategy to perform well in Africa as well.
All right, sir, thanks for speaking to us. And so that was Dr. KK Sapon, the executive chairman of Kumasi Asanti Kotoko. We'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll come back to do a lot more of the discussions here by the press side and then the presentation. So we'll go for a quick commercial break and we'll come back to do more of the interviews here and then catch up with the interesting pictures here at the Babaya Stadium at Kotoko. We'll be crowned today as the league champions. While we're back from the commercial break, we'll be speaking to a representative from Glow, and then we'll do more discussions here by the pitch side. Dominic Icha is the representative from Glow. He joins me by the pitch side. Sir, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Well, over the course of 30 matches in this season, what would Glow's impressions be of the league so far?
It's been our utmost pride to support football in Ghana. We sponsor the Premier League. We sponsor the Black Stars of Ghana. And the Premier League this season has been very, very challenging and very, very successful. Today's match has been won by the winners of the league themselves, and we're very proud to be associated with this event as always. As you know, Glow is the proud sponsor of the Premier League, and we are proud to be here to identify with Ghanaians and the passion for football.
Well, thanks for that. But quickly, let me ask you this. In the 3 years you've been around as sponsors, you were not operational. What should we expect from you as one of the telecommunication networks in the country for next season and years to come?
If we have supported football in Ghana this far, even when we had not launched operations, you can imagine how much further Glow would support football now that we are operational, and we have seen how Ghanaians have welcomed our network, and we shall go to greater heights together, football and Glow in Ghana.
All right, sir, Mr. Dominic Icha, we thank you. The representative from Glow who just spoke to us. We'll be speaking to Gideon Ban, who's had a brilliant game this afternoon, crowned as the man of the match. And so it's an icing on his own cake. A horrific injury. He's come back to play for Asanti Kotoko, getting goals for them. And today he's had a solid game and crowned man of the match. On a personal level, what would you say?
I think I'm happy about my performance today. It's not been easy. Judging from the way we started the game, Tema Youth gave us a very tough game, and by the grace of God, we're able to suppress them and win today's game. So personally, I feel very happy, and I feel very happy to be part of the Kotoko squad who won the league this year.
Well, you've been here for a couple of seasons. The last 2 years you've not played. This season, very late in the season, then you came back. What should we be expecting from you for next season?
I think my fans should expect nothing but the best. I mean, in the league, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And by the grace of God, I finished well. So fans and well-wishers should expect the best from me next season.
All right, thank you, Gideon Ban. He will be making a quick dash for the medal presentation. As players of Tema Youth will go around the days. They will pick some. They will get a handshake, golden handshakes, I believe, for staying up in the Premier League. And so there you see them. Oninku, Kofi Mensah. We've seen Akoful all receiving the handshakes. Well, Gary Al Smith will join me to share some words. And so, Tema Youth players, there you have the Mr. Warbeck Abrapia, National Security Coordinator, National Security Coordinator, also there, and some of the technical bench, or some of the technical members on the technical bench for Tema Youth also receiving the handshakes. At the tail end of that long queue is Prince Owusu, who is the coach of Tema Youth. Tiny is here, Edem is here, ambassadors of Glow. Kumasi Asanti Kotoko will be coming up here. Players of Asanti Kotoko will be coming up to receiving their medals in some few moments. So the Asanti Kotoko team will come up here, mounting the podium to pick up their medals. Medals for winning the Premier League for the 21st time this season, the 2011-2012 season. Gary R. Smith, you mentioned how well you were expecting the ceremony to go, the medal presentation to go. You think it's been successful so far?
Well, a lot of organization, but at the end of the day, they are keeping things as simple as they can. Tema Youth have come up to the podium to get their medals, and I feel that it's usually, you know, the thing with such medal presentations, everybody wants to be involved, everybody wants to be seen. But Kotoko are now about to get their winners' medals as well.
Well, so Kumasi Asanti Kotoko's captain Ohini Brenya leading his charges, Awal Mohammed following, Yafrin Pong, who's had stints with Feyenoord, and Asek Mimosa, Akufu, who scored that brilliant goal against House of Okie, also receiving his medal. The best player of Asanti Kotoko, Danania J, has taken his medal already. Ahmed Toure, who was phenomenal in the first half of the season, not enjoyed the best of form in the second half anyway.
It was his own doing, it was nobody's doing. I recall the game against New Dibiase, between Kotoko and New Dibiase, where he got injured. Even then, Kotoko was scrambling to get him back to fitness because of his key nature. However, it seems that the fame and the glam that goes with being a Kotoko superstar went into his head, and he was put right in his place. Eventually, he became a team player and a French player, but he's been part of their story.
Well, so Ahmed Toure part of the story, as the players who have already taken up the medals, taking a position on another days here, where the league trophy will be presented to them. And so Yaya Mohammed, he's been plagued by injuries with his time here with Kumasi Asanti Kotoko, also going to pick his medal here. But as you said, it's been a total team effort. Everybody has played his part.
And the thing is that Masho Konedu has done a great job as well, because you have to consider the fact that as players were getting injured and as one or two key players were also being called up on the national level, Masho Konedu did a lot of good work with rotating the squad. And I think that's been one of the keys. Teams that win championships are known to have a group of players that are quite deep in their numbers, maybe 20 to 25 players as well. And that's what Kotoko have had. Masho Konedu must be given credit as well for being able to rotate these players.
Well, so Masho Konedu himself, his future very much in doubt, whether or not he stays. You get the feeling that Dr. KK Sapon dropped huge hints that he could be leaving after this season.
Well, I was listening to that interview keenly, and he didn't want to give anything away. He said a lot, but he didn't say much. And it's been classic Masho Konedu. You can't really get it out of him until he's ready to get the final stuff out in the open himself. So we'll see how it is. There was a lot of talk that he was going to resign today and join Kwesi Appiah as the assistant national team boss. And there's been also some talk that he's going to stay on. And then there's been talk in Kumasi that he's going to leave Kotoko to Henry Wellington, who's been the reserves coach for the Reds. We'll see how it goes after today.
Well, obviously we'll be looking at how it goes, but there you have Kumasi Asanti Kotoko players, some of them who have taken their medals already, taking up positions on the podium, and then singing. They have champagne in their hands already. And so we'll see how it goes. There's a carnival atmosphere here. Isaac Amwakon, who is the general team captain, would have the trophy presented to him by the dignitaries here. Mr. Warbeck Abrapia in there, as well as Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, the president of the Ghana Football Association. So the trophy handed over to Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, who in turn will do the presentation to Isaac Amuakon. And so Kumasi Asanti. So the Premier League trophy presented to Isaac Amuakon. He hoists it up. He will join his colleagues on the podium. The scenes here a bit chaotic, not what I expected. The organization leaves much to be desired. For a team that has been crowned after 30 matches, you would not want to have what we are seeing here. But Kotoko will not mind. They have won it, and they have won it in grand style.
Well, certainly they've got a 1-0 win to crown it all up. I mean, also all that ends well. It's time to give them the trophy. As Amuakon has taken the trophy. He and Awa Mohammed are jostling over who is going to do the lifting.
Well, as they jostle to do who is going to do the lifting, the cameras will struggle to pick it up. While Asante Kotoko have won the Premier League title for the 2011-2012 season. For fans who stayed up in the stands, they won't have a better opportunity to say it because the whole place has been swamped up by cameramen and some dignitaries here. And for those fortunate supporters who have made it all the way from the stands up to here, they are enjoying it. Mr. Warbeck Abrapia just walked past me. What, Mr. Abrapia, some few words here. At the end of the league season, we've had Kotoko crowned as champions, but your overall assessment of this year's Premier League?
Oh, well, thanks very much. What one should know is that at the end of the day, we are supposed to play football in this country. And football has a lot of issues. And at the end of the day, we expect that we will crown a champion. At the same time, we will have 3 clubs, as far as our regulations go, relegated. And this is exactly what has happened. But I can tell you, this year's league has been one of the keenly contested ones. Though at the top, Kotoko overstretched everybody and took the lead. But as far as the down is concerned, as we speak now, I don't even know who has been relegated. And so it's been well done. I must give a lot of thanks, special thanks to all the football fans who thrown our stadium to watch our football. I'm impressed about today's attendance, for instance. Very, very impressive attendance. And so are we thanking all the sports administrators, as well as the players themselves. But there was an occasion when one had to confront ourselves with discipline. There was a bit of indiscipline along the line. And we pray that next season, this will be thwarted completely, to be clear completely. There are 2 things I want to say to conclude the whole thing. And the first one is that we pray that Kotoko will be a credible champion and therefore be able to play the African Champions League and make Ghana proud. We are all going to support that. At the same time, we are also praying that there will be no refereeing or officiating problems. Especially so this year when we have the review committee in place. We hope that it has come to stay. The review panel has come to stay, and it will put a lot of discipline into our officials and then also extend it to the fans. We are grateful to everybody, and we thank everybody for what you've done. We cannot leave Metro and OMP out of the tanks. You have covered our matches through thick and thin, and we appreciate that very well. We thank you very much. God bless us all. Thank you.
All right, so that was Mr. Warbeck Abrapia. Well, we'll be going to Prince Annan, and Gary Smith will join us, or will join me by the pitch side, so that we'll do our final wrap-up here. So Gary Smith, over the course of 30 match days, this is the end. What will be your final words?
All is well that ends well. It's been a fantastic season. Many thanks to everybody that has been involved. And this time, I'd like to say a big thank you to the crew that we don't see behind the scenes. The cameraman, the sound man, the technicians. I'm not going to mention the presenters. Chris, Nanajiman, I mean, we hear them and see them all the time, but particularly to the guys behind the scenes, they've done a fantastic job, and it is to them that we should give our thanks. Next season, hopefully, we'll be back for the Globe Premier League 2012-2013.
So next season, we'll be back in a bigger fashion. Prince Annan, the big boss, we have gone through thick and thin, as Mr. Robert Cabrapia said, but boss, your final words is come to an end after 30 match days of traveling the length and breadth of this country.
Well, Albert, it's not been easy, but I'm very thankful to God Almighty that it's come to an end. It's been quite successful. As we said during commentary, we had a few skirmishes here and there, but it comes with the nature of the job, and we understand that fully. We will also cooperate with the fans and the connoisseurs of the game wherever we go to. But it's been fun. At least we've been able to sell the brand of Ghana soccer to the rest of the world by the kind courtesy of Metro TV and DSTV. I'm hoping that it will get even better next season, when hopefully we will be on board again to support the Ghana Football Association and the PLB. Special thanks also goes to our proud sponsors, the Rice Masters. We couldn't do without them. Special thanks goes to Calipo, the Papa Frutali, and you know what Frutali has done for the two of us, you know. And then we've got other sponsors like Azar Paints, you know, who've also come on board to support everybody who's played a major role in this coverage of the league. We say very big thank you. Not to mention the group chairman himself, Alhaji Talal Fatal. What could we have done without him? He's worked so very hard behind the scenes. Mr. Fadi Fatal of OMP, Mr. Al-Hassan Haruna, Mr. Ado, the general manager, they have ensured that we leave Accra on time, get there on time, cover the match on time, and come back to Accra on time. We say thank you very much. But also, and finally, to my bigger bosses, Mr. Christopher Opoku and Nana Kwekwajiman, not forgetting Michael Katahena. It's on their behalf that we are saying a very big thank you to the rest of the world for accommodating us in their homes every Sunday and every Wednesday. And God willing, we'll do it again.
Well, God willing, we'll be coming back bigger and better next season for the 2012-2011 season. That is how we end our coverage of the Premier League 2011-2012 season. For all those gentlemen behind the scenes, particularly, as Gary Smith said, the cameramen, the sound technicians, the guys behind the machines, and then the production crew generally. We've had a good time traveling the length and breadth of Ghana to bring you football on the home of football, Metro TV, and across the continent on Super Sport as well. We'll say bye-bye from the Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium.
Corner, kill the beat, kill the beat, kill the beat, kill the beat. Corner. She won't for the corner bar. Oh, it's your corner bra. So when it is a day that Betty and said Johnny Oshawa. Feel it a free Mujoa. Party one pumpty over. She the one that's back and go. Munjan in the Pajuagaga. The middle sweet corner right there. For your cool, so I am right there. Spider, fishing your clay. Be a wider, a year there.
This live coverage is brought to you by Rice Master, official meal sponsor of the Black Stars.
Welcome to the Rice Master's Cooking Tips. The Rice Master brings us fine quality American rice like Texas Star and Chicago Stars.
Today, we're looking at the best way to reheat cold rice to avoid food poisoning. Take your rice out of the fridge and pour into a pan. Sprinkle some water onto it. Cover the pan and place over low heat. Alternatively, put it in a microwavable bowl and then into your microwave oven. When you reheat any food, always check that it's steaming hot all the way through before you serve.
I hope you found this helpful. Join me again another time. Bye-bye.
Certified and sealed by the Rice Master. Kotoko wants to beat hearts. Chelsea wants to dismiss the Ghana Stars. Heart of Lions want to defeat Arsenals. Mediama wants to humble Dubiase. All Stars want to beat Ash Gold. Dwarfs want to crush Liberty. Mighty Jets want to shoot down Bechem United. Wasserman wants Tema Youth out. Everybody wants to win the Globe Premier League and nobody wants to be relegated. Thankfully, there is one thing we all want to stay. Football, because it's our pride and we love to see the game played over and over again. Globe, proud sponsor of the Globe Ghana Premier League. Stand proud. Globe.